Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
With the old
there's another twisted advance forward as Canyon's moving down. Polo's in trouble, does still have flash available, but I don't think he's getting out of this one. And there is the Ren to secure the kill onto the Nautilus. Canyon taking a fair bit of damage from Envy, but I don't think he's going to be 1v3ing this one. So first blood going over to Gen.G. He's going to take a bit of a shove right towards Karis. He's going to be all right though as he throws down the Weaver's wall, and there's the flash in from Canyon. There goes Karis, the chain lash comes down, and that is an easy kill for Chovy.
And immediately punished for it. And now they're looking for a dive on Morgan. Have fun.
Yep, Nature's Grass comes down. He does get snared up as now Pays just throwing sticks into him. Slice and Dice, though, does get him out of there as they do have a seismic shove to pull back Canyon. He's taking a lot of damage. Morgan as well as now Gen.G underneath the turret. This is dangerous. The Silas does manage to take down the Talia, though, once again as Kane, he's going to join the fray. Only a couple more minions left remaining as Chovy picks up the aggro. He's got Dominus there as well if he'd like to use it. Doesn't even have to, and that is going to be a kill going over to Pays. We'll be able to figure this out, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to get here in time. So it should be Shelly. Oh, never mind. Gen.G are moving on over. There's lots of vision for Bro. They know exactly what's going on, but there is the Nature's Grasp. They managed to catch up Gideon as Chovy picks up a depth charge. There's the knock-up onto Polo. He's taken out immediately, but Lehen suffers the same fate. And now Morgan, he can slice over that wall if he would like to. There he goes. Another vault forward is now Gideon taking a lot of damage, and Chovy is just annihilating the back line. There goes Gideon, and Chovy's even looking for more. Morgan in trouble, slowed down by the chain lashes. Keen vaulted on in, but that is Dominus as the response there from Morgan, and he gets to the safety of the inner turret. Gen.G,
they kind of just try to run away, losing as little members as possible, and that didn't really pan out.
That is a good seismic shove onto Canyon, and he's tanking this turret, and will do so for a very long time. Pays has to eat the Q from Karis to get himself out of there, with Ajax still alive. Now Chovy is looking for a Chains of Corruption. He connects it, Envy, nothing you can do.
Well, there was a virus.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Envy has definitely used it as well, because it's on cooldown. As somehow that Dredge line missed. Depth Charge does come on through here as now Keen trying to offer some damage back. Polu taking a lot, but Lehens is also in a lot of trouble. Karis not able to connect the rocks though, because Canyon stood in the way. Another Weaver's Wall coming on through here. That is an aggressive move as Seismic Shove goes entirely wide. Money now over to their coffers as Gideon slowed down. There is another Sky Strike coming on through. And yes, he uses the ult. Gideon is going to be able to keep himself alive, but they won't be able to use that for anything else. There's that Chains of Corruption you were talking about, and Seismic Shove is going to deal with Keen. So a little bit of an overstep, but the Nature's Grasp is going to put Polo in a very uncomfortable spot. Canyon with the Counter-Strike gets the flash out from Morgan, and Karis, he was trying to back! Oh dear, he is going to make it under his turret. He will be all right as that piercing arrow very close. Man, if Envy had some money this game.
Has the most gold in the game.
Yes, he probably did before those turrets as well as... Yeah, picks up Chains of Corruption, and Chovy is going to be able to secure this top outer turret as there is a flash forward from Envy. Does find the Chains of Corruption onto Pace. Wind becomes Lightning as there's the flash that has to be used, and now Fate's Call is going to get Lehens out of there. Another Wind becomes Lightning as he goes in. Oh, the Fate's Call interrupts, and Gideon is going to go down. That outplay, they didn't even need it. They were probably still going to win, and still they managed to find it as now Canyon looking to wrap around. They do manage to take this turret, and along with it, that bounty gold that we were talking about. But now they are getting closed in upon. Pace is very, very low, but there's a twisted advance onto Envy. Chovy still trying to take his opportunity. It's Karis going to be his first target. A Pierce is going to lock down the Varus, and now Bro are just lying on the floor. Canyon finds the spite here onto Morgan. Chain Lash connects, and Chovy just ends him. Man!
I'll fight with the men.
Exactly. As now they're engaging onto Chovy. This might be dangerous. Have they brought enough bad guys? The answer is maybe. As Depth Charge does come on through, Canyon going to join in on the bouncy castle. Is now Keen trying to find some autos. Fate's Call comes down once again as Morgan has got on top of Pays, but the hook is not really going to do it, and Pays is going to take down the Crocodile. Canyon still wants to jump in, but he has 100 health, so I'm not sure about that one. That was an odd move, but still he's managed to start up the fight. Envy's going to go down. Chovy still looking for an opportunity, doesn't quite get it, as now Pays chasing after him. Has to be so scared about the Unraveled Earth as the vault is targeted, and that's very unfortunate for Karis as he is
in the ensuing play. Canyon
Now Chovy is going 1v2. Polu does turn up. I think Chovy thought that he was just fighting the crocodile, as the depth charge is going to connect onto said crocodile. Keen turns up as well. You know what? We'll jump back on Valor and see what he can do. They do have very close to 6 turrets removed, 7 actually, as Gideon is going to be able to slow down Canyon. In comes Karis, looking for that opportunity as he gets thrown back. Canyon now runs out of Counter-Strike, and that means that Envy able to take him down. The piercing arrow does come on through, but there's give and take in the game of League of Legends, and Gen.G are now taking a lot after giving the Jax. That is going to be inhibitor number 1 falling down. Bot lane is now open as well. Nailed it. FaZe now going to move towards his top side. Okay.
Oh, there's a
really
TP flank.
Close by, yeah. And there's a Weaver's Wall to come through as well. Pay's going to be slowed down, and he flashes over the wall. Lehens is going to turn up as now Morgan gets into that backline, but there's the first cleanse for Pays, and he gets himself to relative safety. Now Gen.G are closing in, and it is a bloodbath. That's going to be the first one as these Ren sets start to come through. It's the double. The other 80 carry picks up a double himself as now Canyon wants to take down Morgan. The jungler versus the top laner. But it is still looking pretty good for Canyon as Morgan is lithe. Still, he's going to get smoked. And a leap strike, I'm sure, is going to come off cooldown at some point. And there it is. That's going to be the ace, and Gen.G are now going to push forward. That game 1 was not exactly the game 1 Bro was looking for. Gen.G just took that snowball and hurled it down the mountain.
It was like a single fight. The game could just be over from there. It can really feel that way. Into Aurelion Sol, I think that's just factually accurate.
Yeah.
Because when his E...
Effort doing a bit of harass here so far in the lane.
It's gone pretty okay so far.
When will it stop going okay is the question, as that is a lot of damage. Lehens already having to get out of there, but Envy is followed up. He is likely to go down, but First Blood still going over to the Callista is great news for them. Unfortunately, to be the end of it, and it is.
Yes. Oh, seeing a bit more.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Vaultbreaker doesn't actually land the damage, though, which could be unfortunate here for Gideon. Keen wanting to come over to help out, but you can see Morgan, he's just going to bypass the turret here and look to help Gideon lock this one down. Lehens is roaming, though, so this is dangerous times. There is another more to come through there as he's down to about 100. Oh, the Vaultbreaker, the last auto attack, and that is going to be Lehens painting his way towards a second kill for Gen.G. Morgan now getting full.
While now.
Yeah, Canyon in his top side, going to be taking that jungle as okay. Keen, let's throw that one out. Hostile takeover doesn't exactly find too much there as Effort does making his way in. That is a decent ultimate from Gideon though, and they lock down Pays. Still, it's going to be a 1-for-1 and almost a 1-for-2, but Gideon able to tank up that last shot. So Gideon diff starting to become true here in this game as they do get
It was valuable, but, you know, I think that's safe.
All right, well, Fate's Call going to come down towards this bottom side. They get the knock-up. There's the handshake onto Pays as well as Gideon just goes into the wall with the Vaultbreaker, unfortunately, so they're not able to make that one work. And Canyon, he'll find a Magnet Storm onto 2. Envy does have the bailout running, and he still has to flash because they knew that they weren't going to be able to get on top of anyone. Oh, the ulti comes down as Envy. There's the snipe from Lehens. It almost looked silly, comical from Chovy, but he just
didn't end up doing so. And oh, seen him repeat right here.
Yeah, there's another one. That is a lot of damage going down on top of this Aurelion Sol. He's surviving for forever, and he's still up. Okay, never mind, just flaps his way out. Well, he doesn't flap because that's Smolder. Aurelion Sol doesn't do that, as Canyon's going to have to flash crash down. Envy still putting sticks in and is going to be able to get that one to work out. The bailout, not even necessary here, just utilized for a bit of extra attack speed, and Envy now able to get himself out. So 4, 2, and 0. Now, days have been better, you know?
Yeah.
Has now improved with Shelly going on over, is now Chovy going to be put on a leash once again. There's an ulti, in fact, as Envy's going to get slowed down, but Cease and Desist is going to come on through, and Chovy, I don't think he's escaping this one. That is 400 gold straight over to the Vi. So they'll get Shelly and they'll take down. Still trying to keep himself safe. Does want his health bar to be a little bit larger than this, as they have started off this dragon. Gen.G in position, though, as Fate's Call going to be used very early on in the fight, is now Keen getting himself amongst it for the first time is what it feels like here in a team fight for Gen.G. Is now Morgan chased down and breathed on here by Chovy. Magnet Storm comes on forward as Morgan tries to get it done, but it's just death from above. Double kill instantly here for Chovy, who's looking for even more, just slowing them down over and over again with this Breath of Light. And now Lehens, I mean, 1v1 as some supportal combat does come on through there. Misses the ulti though, as the Ignite in anger is still going to be able to take him down. The Singularity is what does it in the end, and Gen.G roll him over in this team fight. You know, there's a Fate's Call for effort. Still, once again, not going to have that. Oh, Envy. That is, yeah, Flash needs to be blown, as high value is this Hui pick thus far. The more really working out. And now Gen.G looking to press in. Only a couple of minions left remaining as Canyon looking for an opportunity. Does manage to find the Shattering Strike, and another ulti flies down. Hostile takeover comes in. They need to focus on this turret that's doing so much work. Canyon goes down to that one. And now Chovy, 1 versus 4. He is really dead. And Gen.G bit off a little more than they could chew.
And bro, everyone on the right dragon worked out pretty well in that situation. I also think Gen.G kind of expect
Baron
power to go down. You know what, why not? Why not? There's a lot of poke on the enemy team that's really going to make it difficult, so that's probably why not. But
yeah, lower health bars and a very big Keen would be the why not that I'd be looking for. As Effort is dead. Yep, Baron is going to be able to finish.
My question was answered in front of our eyes.
Yeah. Now Bro's turn to kill the support. See whether they do that, as Chovy does actually breathe this down very, very quickly.
There's plenty of time to get in though. Karis needs to get some poke down.
Yeah. Gideon moving on over. Keen just trying to get him out of there. As you can see, he's being thrown around like a punching bag. All Out does come on through here. They should be able to take down the Cassante, but the Baron is already there. Lehens trying to walk his way out. Gets slowed up for a moment, but should be all right. Oh, the flash Q is massive from Karis. And that's a triple kill out of nowhere here for Envy. Pays. Oh, he's not going anywhere. That is going to be the snare coming through. And is there a Baron left available? The answer is no, as Gideon clears up the last one. Oh dear, cue the yakety sax as Gen.G are all lying on the floor.
You know what you called? It's like mantra Qs, but he was on point during that passage of play.
Oh yeah. And getting the double value from that big one as they tried to round the corner, as now Gideon going to be flashing in a very weird way. That is a way you could flash.
Yes, out of all the directions, that is certainly one of them.
Yeah. And that is going to mean that Gen.G just walk on over and grab themselves Soul Point as well if they would like it. Inner turret is under fire, but that is definitely going to go down, so you may as well stick around and try and take this Drake as well. Dragon on Dragon.
Pretty close to Infernal Soul, but actually Chovy has died 3 times and have a Hextech Dragon, so they have Celestial Soul.
Shyvana is before Kindred as well, right?
I don't know if they're as valuable. I think maybe after. You don't get as many, but I don't think they're as valuable.
Oh dear. Effort is going to have to be Fate's Call once again. Constantly getting caught out, but at least he does have the ability to keep... Oh dear, now Gideon trying to get in there. They just swap positions, never mind, but another Magnet Storm is going to punish him, and another ulti comes down from Chovy. Decent Q damage there as well, but look at how long range Gen.G are, and they're still doing so much work. Morgan trying to do what he can as Keen, so many sticks in him, and he explodes into cinders. The bailout not going to be doing too much here as Envy gets a little bit of awkward surprise as Canyon was right there, and that is going to mean that he explodes as well. Chovy getting to work on this inner turret, and Karis is just trying to get the heck out of
an angle. This has gone well for every team who've done it this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe eventually, bro, like, we'll start it again so then we can peel off and one of us can die, and then they'll start the Baron, and it'll be fine. Oh dear. Okay, Pei's just going to kill Morgan. So he's the sacrifice this time around. Let's see what can happen as Envy is going to snap. Oh my goodness, the Fate's Call does come on through. Oh, not quite able to land the damage there is Lehens. But another Magnet Storm is going to spell the end of Karis. He did do a fair bit of damage, at least beforehand, as now Envy, wrong direction for that one, unfortunately. So it's a triple for the big old dragon. That's going to be another one, as it's Keen that picks that up.
But Gideon did get the Krogs, so I think we're analyzing it. Is it worth? No. Yeah. 4,400 gold lead in the mid lane. Pretty substantial.
That is a large lead. I think that gives more kudos to Karis for doing so much damage, as now Gideon looking for that backline does manage to find Pays, but that is a huge meteorite that has come down, and Gideon finds himself alone. Keen dives underneath the turret. They do manage to take down Envy though. The Q not enough to actually finish him off, and now it's Lehens just able to lay down artillery fire, and Morgan now in the fountain, trying to contend with a gigantic singularity. Man, the amount of just large abilities that can be thrown into this fountain. He probably could, but instead, the Nexus turrets are going to be the focus. They breathe, and yeah, there he goes. Piercing Arrow is going to be what finishes him off 7-2-14 in the end. And that's actually a maths equation. Kind of cool there as the Nexus does fall, and Gen.G will finish off.
Yeah,
well, it was when Calix decided that he was going to be so incredibly daring and lock in the blind Karma.
Like, they have really cut it down by a fair amount.
Whoa, there's an ulti from Henna. He is going to get bubbled, though. Not under the turret, thank goodness.
But they don't have their mid laner on the map. Close is not there.
There's another bubble, as now Willa just decides he wants to jump in on top of them. Wild Growth does absolutely nothing, though, and there's a tidal wave. Sylvie's going to turn up. Cease and desist comes on through, but we've got a teleport from Closer trying to get him into the fight. Not going to actually have anyone. It's okay, never mind. Henna just dives on in. His sombrero, unfortunately, not actually able to lock down anyone. And now Sylvie, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. I don't know whether he necessarily needed to go in there, but might justify some of the flashes on FearX's side. Now Jiwoo running the wrong direction, and that's Willa able to lock down that kill. Peter, I would recommend just going home this time around, as now Calix has found Closer, but Willa and Execute are very, very close by the flash over the top for the style 1v1.
You don't get that cooldown refund, and this is Closer where he found that 1v1.
Yeah, you can see already, Calix started it off at a decent health advantage. This moment right here, though, just very clean from the young man. Not as young as the guy I just took down.
Yeah.
All right, another ulti here from Henna as they land another beautiful bubble. Peter actually being on point with those ones, but now the empowers are coming in from Willa, and he's just going to leap on top of Sylvie. That is going to be the kill very comfortably here.
Jax with the Triforce.
Oh,
Sylvie
man.
cannot walk up to him, and it is going to be a Cloud Soul.
Oh, the best possible soul, as well, especially for speed.
And still weather-based.
Yeah.
And now 2,500 gold lead. Pretty solid, but I think the bigger takeaway is the double dragon and the fact that...
Oh, all right. Here's a cease and desist onto Henna, but he is Zeri, and so he just goes over the wall, and everything is going to be all right. Still another fantastic bubble from Peter, who tries to save the situation. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane...
Guys, it's his birthday. Come on.
Yeah, stop it.
The fact they already have 6 Void Bubs means they should be able to. If they can get it before the contest comes in, be quick.
Yeah, well, oh no! It's a disaster as Sylvie is once again just having a horrible time. It's just not their game this time around, as there's a knock up onto Dundon as well. That is very suboptimal. Closer's going to be able to lock down the kill due to that. About Dundon's play, that doesn't count. That doesn't fit into the mantra of let's just send it.
But then there's also Sylvie walking up in the bot lane play, which is
yeah, also not exactly a great example. I agree. Dundon walking up again though, and this time it is still not exactly the greatest, as Henna is just going to flash on top of him.
You know what?
Fire as well as an also his quick blades, as Willa eats all of the damage, utilizing his counter strike. Is now clear, looking for Sylvie, who goes down exceptionally low. Dundon realizing that he has to use his previously known as bear form, get himself out of the way.
Sylvie trying to get the dragon, and he had to heal up.
Yeah. Well, this Drake is going to get started. That's a full culling tanked by FearX. Can't be bad news. He's now Henna back into this fight, so it's going to be all about the Zeri and whether they can lock her down. No flash for Sylvie, but he does have cease and desist. Let's see whether they can actually find something here as Jiwoo with a big old Inspire shield. A bit of their health is coming back, is now clear. Looking for that flank angle, does manage to get a stun down onto Sylvie as Tidal Wave. Not going to hit Henna, but does hit Execute. I just don't think that's going to be enough to help them in this fight. They've thrown down a lot of cooldowns already.
Yeah, if that had clipped Henna, I think that might have been the signal to go, kill the Zeri, win the fight. Oh!
All right, into the back line they go, as Sylvie is here by himself, and unfortunately he's just going to be chopped up. That's another kill for this Zeri. Circle's being thrown in by Dundon. There's the shockwave onto Jiwoo, and that Udyr As now, Jiwoo looking to try and take matters into his own hands, but he's just dead. That is going to be the Drake taken, and then the Lucian immediately afterwards. Dundon is going to be chopped up, and Henna is going to grab yet another kill. Calyx throwing down some Qs and almost manages to get a Lulu. Unfortunately, he's the one that tasted purple. That's a double.
But... Oh, not again, Sylvie.
Yeah, that's another counter-strike onto Sylvie, who's just being abused this game. That's Closer locking that one down. Now Henna takes a fair bit of damage, does have to use his barrier.
Yeah, I think when a Lucian dashes in on a Zeri and loses the trade with Nami backing him up.
Here in this river, as the Baron is now down, and there is a Dominus. Calyx going to get stunned up. Oh my goodness, the bubble is decent though, as he just slices his way out. Tidal wave for the disengage there, as well as Dundon. Possibly a little bit too close, but he runs real fast, so he'll be able to get out. And they are definitely succeeding in doing that. But now Dundon's hit. A circle will be delivered, and FearX will just ignore it. He is booping a few people, and now Henna taking a fair bit of damage. Does have to utilize the wild growth, but now he is going to be relatively safe, and Nongshim do have to back away. Still, 2 inhibitors go down, and they are going to back off, because that was a dangerous amount of damage. And so is this, as Closer just going to execute Sylvie.
Not a good game for Sylvie. Not a good game for Vi.
Not sure about that one for Closer, but still he's going to be able to flash his way out. Execute also getting the heck out of there. Mantra Q coming on in as Jiwoo's completely out of mana, but now Dundon's coming in, and these health bars are very low. Jiwoo, you have to be careful, as now Dundon trying to get on top of the tankiest member of the team. Clear going aggressive. Meek, he's going to find Calyx. Oh no, he's going to get chopped up, and now Dundon's dead as well. It's a double. The rest of Nongshim just trying to save themselves as Jiwoo losing a battle with a super minion. It's a disaster. Just looking to try and finish this one off, only suffering 1 death onto Execute, and Execute would have it. He would not have it any other way, as there's another shockwave connecting this time onto Sylvie. Henna going aggressive, not going to find too many with the ulti, but is going to be able to find some kills as he's now diving underneath. Has the wild growth there from Execute as well, and he's not even afraid of the fountain. He just runs right under there, picks up the triple kill, and there goes the game. FearX, they decided to use the anger from being knocked out of playoffs.
You know, it can take over the game, but it's very volatile. I feel like the FearX comp in general is very...
And that is okay. That is a great stun onto Closer. Of course, you can just press that button. That is why the Talia does just kind of work.
If that rocket hit, I don't think he would have died, but definitely would have been getting very chunked out. They're not looking mid. Remember, Closer's no cooldowns apart from the flash.
Yeah, that's another seismic shove. There's a flash forward from Peter, and Closer going to waste no time. He flashes, and that is going to be Calyx following up.
Season's showing trades, and the knockback here. Yeah, really solid. I think ultimately had to flash the knockback there. Closer did.
Yep, beautifully done.
And yeah.
And it's Dundon, right?
Oh,
He's never going to be worried, as maybe they should, as Peter is not going to be able to flay away the horse lady too easily, and it's just going to be a kill going over to Henna. Yeah, unfortunate position.
I think that's a skirmish where you're liable just to end up losing it.
Well, there's a flash as immediately Cleanse gets Jiwoo out of there. He also has to flash in that moment as cease and desist on top of Willa, who does leap onto Henna here, and he's going to survive. Oh my god, Execute able to lock down Sylvie on the other side of the fight though.
Peter?
Okay, gonna flay back Execute. There's a flash. Magnus Storm crash down on top of Jiwoo as well, who does manage to take the lantern this time around. Calyx with a decent disengage onto Willa, and they do manage to take down Henna. No Zeri in the fight. Jiwoo is also well and truly out of it. 200 health and running the other direction. Still, it's a win for Nongshim as we transition over.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, finally it is going to achieve some resolution as now Closer finds Calyx. There's the flash out of the way as perfect execution comes in, but he misses absolutely everything else. Cease and desist comes down, and now Calyx has got him at arm's length. 5-point strike doesn't work, and there is the punch to the noggin as Sylvie locks it down.
We'll see the replay, so checking the brush with it. Does find the Akali, flash the knockback, and then it sidesteps the Q there, but I think it was a bad angle from Closer, and then just didn't have anything left at the end, you know, ran out of steam.
Yeah.
It was that Q that was...
having the extra health, I think, has looked pretty good. As now Willa is going to dive on top of Calyx. Dash Cannon is going to connect this time around, and there is the kill. Some revenge for Closer, as Execute roams on down as well to make sure that there is no counter kill. So able to get one back here is the Akali player, and don't really worry too much about it. That is going to be the outer turret in the mid lane going down, though. That could be even more valuable. So that's something that they will care about. It's also going to extend that gold lead a little bit further out as well, although it is still sitting at only about 2.5k. No real worries there as we move towards.
Closer is doing the walking version of TPing, where you just kind of walk behind them.
Yeah. That's kind of working out. You can see Nongshim now moving down, wanting to try and grab Closer as there's Weaver's Wall. And Calyx, oh, they do get the teleport out. And now Clear is going to have to do some sidesteps, do some trying to escape from this one. Does manage to do so pretty comfortably, but they get the perfect execution out of Closer. Sylvie has taken some damage, as he generally has throughout this game, but now FearX gets some pretty guaranteed control around this Drake. No Weaver's Wall, no cease and desist to try and help out with this one.
I will say, denying the flank, pretty massive. You can see Clear still looking for it, but losing the Vial definitely hurts.
Oh, Execute, he could find a huge angle here as now they try and pull back Clear, but there's a Magnus Storm. Not as big as it could have been, but it's still going to be good enough as Henna locks down the first, grabs the second. It should be a triple, and there it is. Closer going to tidy up another. There goes the Jinx, and Calyx on his birthday is the last man standing. Execute just walks up to him, and now Henna is going to complete a Quadra as well. And you can see 3 items and a Zeal for Jiwoo as well. So this Jinx starting to get online as there's a teleport. They're looking for Clear. Cease and desist can come on through, and he does manage to tag him. Weaver's Wall delivering the Talia over the top as Clear able to slice and dice and try and get himself out as into the Shroud goes Closer. Perfect execution, but I don't know whether it was named correctly for this one as Willa gets a lot of counter-strike value, but everyone is sort of just going in one by one. The Magnus Storm doesn't really get it done. The Jinx goes down, but the Cassante is going to be enough damage in the end. And Execute, he ain't doing nothing. It's a Quadra kill for Dundon. They're going for a bit of an optimistic siege. There is Jiwoo taking a land to try and get himself out of there as Clear's going to get hooked back. Calyx goes golden nicely, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Seismic shove, and they do manage to throw back the Akali. So from the grave, they get some kills, and now Jiwoo's getting excited. They're diving on top of Henna, and Dundon, with all this extra money, is an absolute monster. And now he has a Jinx who's still alive. As Nongshim, they'll get another Quadra, and now they'll deal with this outer turret.
And that is the Jiwoo you can trust in the late game. Great flash, just as you saw the moment they all look to dive. One of the Jinx, he manages to find an angle, manages to get away, and with another Quadra kill, Nongshim firmly back in this game. Gold now even from such a deficit before, and honestly,
it might just
end yet. Jinx for the resets.
It's 20 seconds until Closer is back up again, and I don't think Execute's going to be able to do anything on his own. Jiwoo, he's got teammates that can tank up these Nexus turrets. This is Dunzo. We are going to a game 3. Unless Execute has anything crazy to do about it. I just don't know whether he does.
Oh, they've got it.
He's the only one here. Okay, Closer is going to be up, but that is going to be it. There goes the Nexus, and Nongshim are still in it.
Malignant's interaction with Eclipse is just going to be the Udyr for Dundon, which execution on some of the punishes, the early barrier burn, the flashes being burned. I think all these factors hurt them.
Oh, there's the Weaver's Wall. Yeah, I think that Execute is real dead, as Weaver's Wall isn't exactly long enough. Seismic Shove has to be flashed, and Henna sticking around for a little bit too long. Sylvie.
Never, you know, in the history of League of Legends, there's never been a perfect game for both teams in the same game.
Hey, that's true. And this might be the end of it now, as you got Jiwoo dashing forward, gets the double knock-up with the Wild Growth. He'll tank a turret shot, but he also doesn't care. As Execute not going to be able to save this one. Q going to miss, as there's a safeguard forward from Sylvie. Still wants to be able to find a fight, and they'll get another plate onto this one. As Clear's moved over, you've got Dundon in exactly the same spot on the other side of the rift. He's going to blast cone his way in. We got a 5v5 as there's the Weaver's Wall. Nature's Grasp going to be collected. Oh my god! Right into the backline goes Jiwoo. He's got the Wild Growth and all of his health bar. And the Corki, where did he go? Oh my god, Henna is just going to be ripped to shreds by this Udyr. And they had a package, but it was thrown out.
Safeguard is an ability, you know.
Yeah.
Jiwoo does have barrier. There's also, you know...
Will he be in slice range?
You are now firmly dead.
Yeah. Call Me is going to at least discover that there is a Renekton here, but he is immediately just going to get locked down by the Nature's Grasp. Flashes, tries to get out. There's a kick for the disengage. Never mind, Call Me's just fine. He's throwing in the... Oh, and they pick it up, the seismic shot. Okay, it was all just a cunning ruse. It was a bait.
You know, I'm going to say it.
Call Me was the master.
Even though Nongshim don't have any Chemtech Dragons or the Chemtech Soul, I feel like the spirit of the Chemtech Soul really helped him out there. Helped him survive.
My god, that was absurd. Okay, the culling going to fly in here as Jiwoo associates Sylvie with Lee Sin, but he's a Korean jungler, so obviously Lee Sin is his favorite champion in the universe.
Yeah.
Peter, yeah, he's just out of there. And then Dundon turns up, and I don't even know how Call Me managed to find that angle. It looked like he was out of range. It hit one of these Qs, doesn't connect that one onto Henna though. As now Call Me tanking up a turret shot momentarily as they're all stacked up. The double bubble is massive, but so is Dundon. He's taken down very low though and does have to eat the wild growth. That is a big cooldown that now Jiwoo will not have. Call Me, I think getting this inner turret is about the best that they can do as he tries to dash. Does have flash still available and will have to use it. Nongshim,
yeah, I mean, the Baron pull as well, like they managed to navigate it. They managed to get the health back on there.
And they managed to get wild growth back as well.
Yeah, it's all coming up Nongshim right now.
But I don't know whether I agree with the strategy, but the outcome definitely worked.
Results-based analysis. Everyone
that's what I am about normally. Okay, so ultimate does come on through here as Sylvie's trying to get himself out. That is going to be the Drake secured, but can they actually win the fight? Because Sylvie somehow slunk his way out of there. Yes, he wasn't able to get himself the Drake though, so that is definitely good news for FearX. Dundon tanks a full culling and then asks, and then what? And they say nothing, really.
Yeah.
Package delivered to the mid lane and they are able to take out the outer.
So I think they were a little bit aware of where he was.
Yes, somewhat short. Not quite as egregious as the Scry's bloom from yesterday. As Seismic Shove going to pick up Willa. That's the jungler. He is so important in this moment. There's the kickback. It is onto the Renekton though, not necessarily the highest priority. And he is just going to Dominus, keep himself alive. Still Nongshim with the health advantage. Weaver's Wall comes down. It's going to split up the fight as Henna has to dash out. It's another fantastic shove as the Lee Sin picks up a double. Now Closer is in trouble. Sylvie, he might just find one more. And there it is, the triple kill. And he's going to find Clear, but he's teleported away. Wants nothing to do with this at all. And Nongshim off the back of it.
Kick off Clear.
Yeah, I think it wanted to be on Closer.
Valked too soon, but then here, splitting them with the wall, getting the
I think Call Me may be in trouble. I think Dundon may be in trouble.
Nongshim, Nongshim use scripts, you know, they're prepping for playoffs. The script writers are very busy.
Yeah,
I don't think you can criticize them on this one.
Yeah, something about a rider's strike or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, why not?
That's more value for this Chemtech Soul.
He wants maximum shielding.
Well, here is a Weaver's Wall as Call Me comes in. We're going to look for a little bit more here, but not the Seismic Shove. That is going to go a little wide. FearX able to walk their way out. These rockets getting scary as Jiwoo over the wall. Culling not going to really connect, and they manage to take down the inhibitor. Dundon, does he take a damage? No, he doesn't. He took a damage. Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah. There's another one. That's back as well. Okay, now he's underneath the turret. I'm not sure about this one. He's dead. Wild Growth comes in. He is dead. He is dead. Yeah. So we kind of thought, yeah, he wanted to limit test, and he's now realized that standing in amongst 5 people, they've got back on this Baron. This is getting messy. But Jiwoo's health bar is still extraordinarily large. As I say it, a little bit of poke damage does come on through. He cannot be frontlining. Not just yet. And Dundon, he understands as now Call Me dives in. He is going to be able to find his shove. Loses most of his health bar, but he can afford that. Flashes go forward. And Dundon, he's a huge red circle, and it's working out for Nongshim. There goes the Corki, and now Jiwoo is unleashed onto the Rift. Execute. He doesn't really know where he's going. It's not anywhere good, unfortunately, as the Sonic Wave misses, but it does not matter. There are more rocks being thrown down here as Willa is going to Twisted Advance towards Call Me. The kitty cat going to help lock down. Oh, never mind! Oh, God, okay. Is he going to die? Is he?
Chemtech diff. It's Chemtech diff.
Oh, it is. It's Chemtech diff. There it goes.
You know, the 11% reduced damage.
Because I made this planned play, hoping to go down that incredibly low.
Calculated.
Yep, precisely. And he needed the Zhonyas for the next point, as we saw. So the first inhibitor going to go down on this push. Next one very soon to follow. And you mentioned, I mean, it's Exodia for another minute 20. And FearX, they just have to try and keep these Nexus turrets alive, but it's so hard into the Talia. Doesn't find the size. He does actually. It's onto Henna, and it last hits him. Now Nongshim, they are just going to break this one up. Jiwoo dives in. He is a tank. He is a monster. What was that? That's like old Zeri when she was giga broken. That's the Quadra kill. Another one. And Nongshim, they come back one mistake.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.